Thank you so much for joining us once again. I'm here with Dr. Kishore Kumar. We've been talking about St. John's, the institutions that he runs, and also about what it means to him to be a mentor. Sir, when you talk about being a mentor, do you interact with these students all the time? But you've got so many students. How do you cope? How do you manage it?
See, I understand an institution need to be taking up the mentoring. I do it differently.
Tell me.
Because in a school, we don't come into one system. That's a preschool system, lower primary, upper primary, middle school. I have divided my school into these compartments just for the sake of stages of development. A child development happens. I always believe there must be a strong system that needs to be mentored. So I am always developing, evolving every day a system, because I can't have a fixed system. I have to keep evolving system, and that is what I keep mentoring as a system. Then I go to my teacher, discuss with them democratically, find out what is lacking in the school, what is that we need to update, what is that we need to mentor, or bring in the qualities of mentoring in us, then go to the children. Then mentoring also I have divided into preschool, what is that, not the teaching ABC, anybody could teach ABC.
Right, sure.
But teaching ABC, along with that, what I could mentor, so that I make a difference in the child, which even the father cannot find out, the child trying to evolve little differently, and that is what I feel as mentoring. What are the elements of mentoring that you need to plant in those preschool, lower primary, upper primary, we decide that. And that is what we have as a sideline syllabi of this institution, very unique.
Indeed.
It's a trade secret.
Indeed.
We keep it as a, and then we keep it without knowing. It's like my grandmother giving me food which had already had lot of medicinal values. So I give the curriculum into my children without they knowing that it is value oriented, it is discipline oriented, it is vision oriented, it is preparing the child for the world of tomorrow.
Right.
That's what I consider.
But when you talk about mentoring, the whole concept itself is fairly new in our country. So I'm curious, how do the parents accept this whole thing of mentoring? Do they think you're intruding?
No, madam, maybe the word mentoring may be different.
Okay.
But what is the purpose of education? Preparing the children
for life. For life,
the
really.
Human capital.
Absolutely.
The human resources. The very purpose of education is not to make them pass an examination, but to look at the life as a bigger examination for them. For them, they want the human resources. These human resources are one which you are trying to plant it in the form of mentoring. Planting a human resource in the child is what I call mentoring. That's
right.
all.
So how many children over the years have passed through your hands?
Should be definitely more than 1 lakh children would have passed out of us.
Wow, what an
Well, I went into school right from
achievement.
1981.
Right.
My father took me as one of the office staff in 1981.
Office staff, you
office
said?
Staff.
Okay.
The moment I finished my MSc, I became an office staff. Then I did my B.Ed, became a biology teacher, became a small headmaster, a principal. Today, the whole of Tamil Nadu knows me as a teacher. Affectionately, they take me into the course of education.
Right.
I've been into all circles of education.
So, do you ever get tempted to go back into a classroom and teach biology? Does it ever occur to you?
I continuously keep teaching, not the children, but the system of education. So I don't feel, I don't want to be very narrow-minded, say I'm going to fix it. It's very easy for me. I can even teach pre-KG children today, I can teach college children, I can teach anybody. But teaching is in me. So that is not at all difficult for me. I can always.
Do you miss being a teacher?
I don't think so.
No, you don't?
I don't think so. Because I always think, whenever I introduce, I think I'm only a teacher. Though my children may not like it. No, you are principal. No, ma, I'm basically a teacher. Even today, I say I'm basically a teacher. Maybe people call me a mentor, a principal, senior principal, managing trustee, so many things they call me. But to me, the blood that runs in me is just being a teacher. That's all.
The big words, really, for somebody who's extremely simple. Now, you have quite a few schools in Chennai itself. So, do you have any future plans, or what is it that you look forward to doing?
No, I still remember in 2012 when I started this school where we are seated, is one of the flagship school under a new management under me called St. John's Rajkumar Education Research Trust. The Hindu reporter asked me, what is the uniqueness of this institution? I said, I will try my best to keep my school as a school. Sir, I know a school will be a school.
Rather than?
I said, to make a school is the biggest challenge today. The biggest challenge in a school is not infrastructure. It's not planting, adding teachers, recruiting teachers. In to create a system where a child learns from a teacher, that rapport, that's a molecular level at school. If that is not happening well, then the whole thing collapses. Whatever type of managerial skill we have, everything collapses. So that's where I've been even trying to improve on those areas, how a molecular level of teaching can happen between a child, between a student and the teacher whom we are prepared. Today I'll tell you, madam, the biggest challenge in a school is to how to prepare a teacher. They are qualified.
True.
They have certificate, but they do not have the quality to be a professional, passionate teacher. To bring that, the unique thing what I do is I have a teacher training institute by myself. We have panels. We take this panel from other colleges whenever we have a situation required. For example, just to make my own teachers understand the value, the meaning of the word multiple intelligences. Today, every child is different, unique,
Yes.
but teachers may not know. Teachers like only the child who answers. But there are many children, the answer is within them, they may not express it. So I brought a professor from Harvard University, made us sit in our place in Chennai in a star hotel for 5 days, educated my teachers, make them understand the word multiple intelligence. So they are now today revolting against this word and say they are so popular. Now every child in my campus will be successful children because you are looking at them as their own unique creatures of God.
Right.
That's
You're
right.
obviously bringing a whole new meaning to
Yeah.
this word, schools.
School.
You know, the whole concept itself is extremely interesting. Is it a concept that you think you can see spreading in our country?
Yeah, you're right, madam. See, for example, I always have a feeling more than the terrorism that everybody talking in India or around the world, more than that, there's something more very, very dangerously happening in our society. It is the children who are not cared and unattended. A parent is interested, the child has to study and get marks. But in the world that is open, with so much happening around them, something happening, there is some type of poisoning happening with the children, the type of society that is happening. Only institutions can bring memorable change in this. Because if the school is going to focus that I have to prepare my child, I have to pass, all my children have to pass, then we are really failing. Make our effort to make sure all the children under our care should be protected, should be healthier mentally, emotionally. No child is mentally, emotionally, because they are into a lot of stress. And see, when you and I were studying, we are only into 3 hours.
Yes.
Reading, writing, arithmetic. That is not enough today.
That's true.
It's a
You just
failure.
cannot get anywhere.
When my father used to call me, I used to run. If I call my son, he comes after 10 minutes and asks me a question, did he call me? Why? Because
Yes.
the life has become rigor.
Right.
He needs relevance.
Amazing thought, Dr. Kishore Kumar. I'm going to ask you to hold on a minute because we'll be back with that. Please don't go anywhere because I think really this conversation is getting extremely interesting and extremely valuable for all of you who are watching us here.